Hello, everybody. This is Dee from Dee's Cute and Crafty, and I am back with yet another Christmas in July video. I am doing a series, and this is video number 6 in my Christmas in July series. I am excited to show you what we're making today, so let's jump right in. I've got some berries and bells and some Christmas greenery. I have those canvas pieces. You guys recognize those from that cardinal window frame I did. I've got some burlap and also some buffalo check red and black ribbon, some paint stir sticks, and this MDF sign from Dollar Tree. I have black paint by Anita. I have Waverly Antique Wax, and I have Barn Red by Dixie Belle. And we're going to be doing some hand lettering. So let's get to it. Let's start out by trimming up this canvas that gave me such a hard time. Yeah, I ended up with more staples on that project than I wanted, but it was beautiful. So it turned out okay. We're just going to trim up that canvas and set it to the side. You can use the white side or the brown side. Not really brown, more of a tan side, but I'm going to use the white side because I want my letters to pop. I'm going to take this tag sign from Dollar Tree and just cut it down. I need that top off of there. We just want a nice straight edge on there. And I'm not going to deal with trying to peel this paper off or scrape down that glitter or any of that. I'm just going to cover it with some really thick brown paper. I'm not even going to use my glue stick because the paper is so thick it could actually withstand the hot glue without leaving the ridge that the hot glue would leave if you had thinner paper. And I have no idea where this came from, you guys. It was in my stash. So now I'm going to take my canvas, excuse that lighting. Anytime I do anything with white, sometimes it'll flash like that. So I'm going to take my canvas and I'm going to hot glue those two pieces together. I'm not going to actually hot glue them to the board just yet. Here you see me measuring how long my board is because that's going to give me a very good idea of how far apart to place my words. So I wrote in my own handwriting in pencil all of Santa's reindeer. This is so stinking cute. I think it turned out really nice. You guys, as always, I need you to comment down below. Let me know which one of the three is your favorite. Is this one my favorite of the three that I'm bringing you today? Nope, it is not. If you'd like to know which one is, you're going to have to keep watching. So I'm just going to write all the reindeer names in my black Sharpie. And I realized the Sharpie was a little thinner than I needed. It just was going to have me going over it and going over it and going over it to make it thick. So I just switched out to the permanent marker from Dollar Tree, the Jot brand, and it worked out a lot better. I'm doing this in all lowercase. You could do it in all uppercase. You could do it in cursive, any way you want to do it. Put the little periods behind the names because to me that's the little nose. And you get to the bottom and you see that Rudolph's period is red. Of course it is because he's Rudolph. Now I'm going to take my paint stir sticks and I'm going to give this beautiful little sign a nice wood border. I stained them with my Waverly Antique Wax, and now I'm just going to hot glue and wood glue them down and clamp them just for a little bit. Put some little clamps on until that wood glue starts to set up a little bit. I'm going to turn it around and do the top the same way. Wood glue, hot glue, and clamp. This is really simple, super affordable, and a nice piece to have in your home for the Christmas season. Mine will sit on my fireplace because that's where my Santa sits. So now I'm just going to trim off that canvas that I see poking out from the back. And we're going to add our greenery and our bow and our bells and berries to the top. We're going to put a jute cord hanger on the back, and this one is ready to be displayed. You guys, thank you. Thank you so very much from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for all of the love and support that my Series 5 video received. You guys loved that snowman. I did a really short video, And I said if that video got up to 500 views, I did a short. They're called shorts on YouTube. They're about a minute. If that video got up to 500 views, I would show you how I made that double ring standing snowman. So you know he's in this video. And he came out just as cute. And I compared the two. He's a little different because I never craft anything exactly the same. No matter how I may try, I just let the creativity do what it's going to do. So he's a little bit different, but you'll love him. You'll love him as much as I do. So thank you guys for that. Oh my goodness. This series, Christmas in July, has been doing really well, and it's all because of you guys. You guys like the content, you share the content, you give it a thumbs up, you talk to me in the comments, and YouTube is watching all of that. And if you like me, they push me out a little bit more so others can see it, and that makes my channel grow, and I am over the moon. Thank you. So we got our greenery stapled on, and I made my little bow that I like to make just with loops and then pinch it together and add some jute in the middle. And I'm going to add my bells. Now on here you see that I have my bells in the middle. In the reveal, they're going to be on the side because I didn't want to cover up the names of the reindeer. There she is. And here's the reveal of DIY number 1. I just really think this is cute. It's so simple and it's just pretty. I don't know, sometimes the ones that are more simple, I just fall in love with. Although, you know, your girl does love her detail and her little touches. So I don't know. You guys let me know what you think. I think it's gorgeous. Moving on to DIY number 2, I have my Apple Barrel White and my Anita's Black acrylic paint. I've got all those rings that we used in previous videos, jute cord, tumbling tower blocks, little bits and pieces for embellishment for this snowman. I have some black felt. I have some red and black buffalo check scarf. Those are from Dollar Tree. You guys, most of my DIYs come from Dollar Tree. All of my supplies, like 90% of it is Dollar Tree. So if I don't tell you, most likely it is Dollar Tree. So we're going to start out by hot gluing 2 rings together of equal size, 2 of the large, 2 of the medium, and 2 of the small. This is the second snowman that I've made with those rings. The first one I did was a single ring. I did not double them up, and it is an ornament that hangs on your tree. I think it is in series number 3, but I can't swear to it. If you guys are not watching my Christmas in July series 1 through 6 so far, there may be a 7th. You guys get on those. Oh my goodness, there's so many good ideas in there, and everything is super simple. And if you love snowmen, you're gonna love this series. So I do have another snowman with these rings in mind. I have not made it yet, obviously. If I do a series number 7 video, he will be in it. Let me guys, you guys let me know what you think if you want to see that, and I will put it together for you. So after I got my rings glued together, I went through with my Apple Barrel White paint and I did a really rough coat. I don't want it absolutely completely covered. I want this to be rustic, country, farmhouse, all of the feels, all the vibes that I love. So I painted it so that you could still see some of that wood show through. You'll see that in the reveal when I do a close-up. So then I took my smallest ring and I traced outside the ring for a circle, and I traced inside the ring for a circle. The outside ring is the brim, the inside ring is the top of the hat. And this one I'm going to cover in the felt instead of painting it. I'm just going to cover it in black felt. And that's what you see me doing here, getting all my pieces of cardboard covered in the black felt. Just going to hot glue everything together. and then we'll trim it up and set it to the side and move on to the next step. You guys, thank you. Thank you for being here. If you are new to my channel and you have not yet hit that subscribe button, please consider doing so. I would love to have you here. Hit the notification bell as well so you don't miss out on another Cute and Crafty DIY with D. And to my ride or dies that have been with me from the beginning, I love you. Thank you for always showing up. So here you see me taking my tumbling tower blocks, and I have cut the corners off of them, and then I cut them in half. And then I took my little sander and I just rounded them out. We are making the snowman's little shoes or boots. I painted everything black, and then I sanded it down to distress it. We're going to take those rounded pieces and hot glue and wood glue them to the top of a full-size tumbling tower block. And then we're going to take those little square pieces that we have left over from when we cut it in half, and we are going to hot glue and wood glue that to the back of that rounded piece, making sure you leave yourself room at the back of those shoes to sit your snowman. He's got to be hot glued to something or wood glued, so you need to leave room to stand him on those shoes. And because I thought it added extra dimension and extra farmhouse look to the snowman, I added jute cord. You know, jute cord makes everything look farmhouse, or at least to me it does. It adds that little country flair that I love. So I added some jute cord to the rings that I attached. It also adds stability. If your wood glue or hot glue seems like it's a little wobbly, add that jute cord on there. That'll tighten it right up. So I'm struggling with getting him on these shoes because only one ring is actually sitting on the shoe. On the one I made the first time, both rings were sitting on the shoe. So what I ended up doing was adding hot glue to the front of the snowman on those little tiny blocks and pressing him against that, and that held for me nicely. And now we're just going to add his hat. We put the brim, or not the brim, we put the sash on the hat using some of that scarf material. And I'm taking that same scarf material and making his scarf. I'm going to take some of the fringe off of that scarf, cut it down to size, and add it to the snowman's scarf. Just using some hot glue. Then I'm going to trim it up, and then I'm going to go through with one of my little sharp tools that you see laying there with the orange handle, and I'm going to open up that trim. I want it to be fluffy. Just gluing down the scarf, getting it the way I want it, and then we're going to embellish with our little pieces of greenery, our pip berries, our little red berry that I pulled off of, I don't know, some greenery in my stash, you guys. I have been crafting from my stash and just pulling out little bits because I really don't want to pull out my whole entire Christmas container, actually containers at the moment, because we're just doing Christmas in July. I don't want to drag all that out yet. It will get pulled out soon enough. We need to get to fall crafting before we start all that. So still just embellishing, making him cute. So I took some jute cord and tied some super tiny little bows, and we're going to put those on his shoes. And I had a subscriber that saw me do the hanging ring snowmen, and she said, I'm going to remake those, and I'm going to put some arms on them. And she was absolutely right. Normally I do put arms on. I don't know why I didn't. I love him either way, with arms on or without arms, but I love the inspiration that she gave me. Thank you so much to that subscriber. These are absolutely adorable. You see the neutral one is the one that started this all, the one I made in the beginning that stands on its own. And then I have one that I painted. and I left it kind of distressed. Actually, the ornament ones are the ones that started it all, and this is just a takeoff of that. And I do have a third one, so we'll see how that goes. These are so pretty. They're fun, they're festive, they're easy to make, and embellishing is the best part. You just do whatever you want. Moving on to DIY number 3, I'm using my apple barrel arbor green and white, and also my Waverly Antique Wax, this beautiful studio paper from Hobby Lobby. I will not be using that little green tree that I'm showing you. The reindeer is from Joann's, and the 3 Christmas trees are from Dollar Tree. I will not be using those plastic snowman buttons I'm showing you, or snowflake buttons that I'm showing you. And I'm going to use one of the Dollar Tree shadow box houses. We're just going to cut that apart because you guys know I have to change out that paper. And since I can't get it off or scrape it off, I'm not fighting with this paper. I'm just going to cover it up with that beautiful Christmas tree paper from Hobby Lobby. I'll also be using all of these branch pieces and twigs you see sitting in front of me. Some of them are actually from trees that were trimmed in my yard, and some of them are from the bag of branch pieces you can get from Dollar Tree. So I'm just going to trace out and trim out the shape of that house onto this Christmas paper. I love the trees. They have a little bit of gold, like shiny bits in there. Like the stars on the trees are those gold, satiny, shiny stars, and I think that they are so pretty. So now that that's cut out and glued using my Jot glue stick, I am going to hot glue that backing back onto the shadow box house. We are making a log cabin, you guys. If you haven't figured that out, we're making a log cabin shadow box. I have never made a Christmas log cabin on my channel, so this is a first for me. We're just going to hot glue all of my twig pieces down in no particular order. I'm kind of looking at shape. I'm looking at color. I'm looking at where the little knots are in the branch pieces, and I'm just going with it from there. Is this my favorite? It absolutely is my favorite. I couldn't choose the snowman again because I had chosen him in the last video. So this is my favorite. I love this. So pretty. Rustic. Oh, it's my vibe. So now that I've got all my branches glued onto the house, I'm just going to take some Waverly Antique Wax and a baby wipe and go ahead and stain my reindeer. I'm taking that arbor green paint as is. I will paint one tree like that. Then I took the arbor green, I mixed it with some white and some black to give me this kind of greeny gray color that you see me using now. And then I took the arbor green and just straight white, and that gave me the color for the last tree. I stained the bottom of those trees. I wanted the trunk stained, but then I got overzealous and I stained the snow underneath as well. But that's okay. We're just going to cover it with that batting. So here you see me doing my dry brush on those branches, giving it a snowy cabin, rustic look. Oh, I love it. Absolutely my favorite. And you guys can put whatever you want in your shadow box. But it is such a pretty rustic farmhouse Christmas piece to display in your home. So we're just going to add that batting to the bottom of the trees. We're going to put some batting inside the box. And then we're just going to attach the trees. And if you have to trim up your trees a little bit on the ends where the branches flare out to make it fit, go ahead and do that, because I did have to trim off a tiny bit of that lighter green tree on the outside. And then I just sanded it down. You can't even tell. Now I'm going to attach my snowman. And the reason I decided not to use the snowflakes was because I wanted some frosted greenery. I thought that that would look better with some pine cones. And that's what I decided to use on the top of my cabin. So here is the final reveal of this cabin. It is so cute. I love it. I ended up adding a little red berry to the reindeer's nose because, of course, it's Rudolph. And then I did a dry brush on the pine cones. And this one is, it's my favorite. It just touches my heart. I love it. You could add anything in that shadow box, some snowmen, gingerbread men, more trees. I mean, I don't know, whatever your imagination comes up with. But this is just, it's just simple and cute. And that's what my channel is. I like to do simple, affordable, and cute DIYs for you guys. Here's the final reveal of everything that I've made for you today. I hope you have enjoyed this content. I have definitely enjoyed being here and bringing this to you. I love to craft for Christmas. It is hands down my favorite. And then fall and Easter. Those are my three that I absolutely love to craft for. It is relaxing. It is so enjoyable. It lets me just, I don't know, just create, just let my mind go and just do whatever. And I love it. I love being here. I love this platform. And I thank you guys for it. I always tell you, without you, it doesn't matter. None of this matters because if nobody watches, doesn't matter. So I would be crafting. I would still be enjoying my own crafts here at home, but to be able to share it on a larger scale, oh my goodness, that's amazing. You guys make it possible. Thank you. You guys share this out with friends and family. And until I see you in my next one, be blessed, stay safe, and I hope I've inspired you to craft something beautiful today, you guys. Bye.